What do you think about Elon Musk and his Starship?
Well, I did get another briefing about Elon Musk that I shared on the Edge of Wonder video recently, and that was that our nation's electrical power grid is so damaged and it's so expensive to repair with so many, dozens of years before that could be done, that there is a potential plan to roll out some kind of clean, basically free energy technology through the Tesla Corporation. I don't have any briefings about the spaceship. I haven't seen that story, so I'd have to go back and follow up on that. But what is the spaceship? Could you just talk to us about it?
Yeah, it's called the Starship, and it's going to actually get tested in the next 4 to 6 weeks. This is according to Elon's tweet that he put out yesterday. And the images, what I'm most fascinated with is the images of what the Starship actually looks like. It's Buck Rogers. Straight up, the chrome, smooth with wing. It looks like it's right out of 1955 from a B movie. And it's ginormous. It's not small. It is huge. And so this is actually going to get tested. This one doesn't have windows on it. But they're going to test this. The engines get tested now, and they're going to actually shoot this thing up into space in the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It looks like a 1950s Flash Gordon rocket.
That's exactly what it looks like. And then when you see, and I'm not kidding about this. Anybody in the audience that's listening right now, just go and Google SpaceX Starship, and you can see what this thing looks like. And then look how big it is when you see, the people standing below it in the cars and the truck. This thing is huge. It's huge, and this is what's going to go to Mars.
Well, isn't it interesting too? I'm just going through his Twitter now. Elon Musk tweeted on January 3rd the line, "There are no coincidences," and then he has this picture of Neil Armstrong with a gray.
Yeah, with the alien.
Yeah, Neil A. backwards is alien.
That was for me. That was really big news, because all that says to me is that's not comedy. And if he is trying to make a joke, and he's making a joke about Neil Armstrong, well, that's certainly offensive to quite a number of people. But the other part is it's not a joke. I don't think it is comedy. It makes me wonder. This guy wants to go to Mars now, right? He owns a rocket company, right? He's not a joke. And people need to take this a little bit more serious. And I don't know. There's the whole tongue-in-cheek ha-ha part of it, and there's the other side that says to me that, Elon knows something. That's a weird tweet to put out there.
Yeah, I really do feel like the dam is going to break here, and the craft that Pete Peterson has told me will be revealed to us as part of the Space Force. And this is a briefing he gave me, I think maybe I think it was in September when I think I spoke to him about this in Canada when I was there in September.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at craft that are really amazing. We're talking about craft that levitate with anti-gravity. They look incredibly futuristic. It will look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. And they don't call it cloaking in the military. They call it masking. And so they have these various craft. Like, you remember when the Bin Laden, the alleged Bin Laden assassination took place, and that during that assassination, they botched their entry.
Right.
And there was a helicopter that crashed. Do you remember that, Jimmy?
I do.
And you remember how weird and futuristic that helicopter looked?
Yes.
Well, that's because they've had stuff like this for a long time, and they never fly it unmasked. Pete has described being on the airfields of military bases and having these amazing, he calls them aircraft, but they really are spaceships. But these amazing aircraft come in for a landing, and you don't see anything except the dust, but you hear it. I mean, it's very loud. You feel the sonic boom. You feel the pressure. Well, it's not a sonic boom, but you feel the sonic concussion. You feel the wind. You hear the thing, but you don't see anything. So I think this is one of the things that is a little difficult for us to understand. You know, you look back at a movie like Back to the Future, and they describe a future where we have flying cars and they're all in these roads in the sky, and it kind of clutters up the sky. Because the masking technology is so good, you're not going to ever see this stuff even once we know that it's there. You know, it's better not to have to look at it, because otherwise we'd have these highways in the sky. So if they decide to decloak this stuff, people are going to say, oh, that's computer graphics. That's, you know, it's a hologram. So what they're probably going to have to do is land the things, have people get in, film the whole process, have them come back down. Another thing that Pete told me that the public would be offered is a World's Fair type of event that would be in various cities, where they actually have some of the original craft that Lazar got to see on display. Now, I don't know whether they're going to allow people to actually touch the craft and go inside, or whether you'll just have to see it through a barrier. But that is another one of the briefings that we got. So that's very exciting stuff.